Hey folks, Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin, and this is a Raw Mohegan Sun review. I would try to pronounce the name. I think it's Wilkes Barre, Wilkes Barre. I don't know. It's in Pennsylvania, and it's the show right after Extreme Rules. Honestly, I've seen worse Raws. That being said, this wasn't that good. At first, it flew by. Like the first hour to hour and 15 minutes flew by, and then everything kind of just hit a wall. And just never picked up after that. You had Bray with some promos before. I mean, same promo, same thing. I'm a man, I'm a god, this kind of stuff. And I love Bray. They haven't had him win nearly enough. Yes, I know he was WWE champion earlier this year, but does anybody really remember? I mean, I had to remind myself of that, and it just happened 4 months ago. Not even 4 months ago. It actually didn't happen until the 12th of February, so it's been in less than 4 months they have managed to make the guy totally irrelevant, which did happen, which is going to happen, by the way, when you have Randy Orton beat him. But still, same promos before. Reigns comes out, gets a bunch of boos. This is my yard. I is big dog. I mean, that's great by Reigns. Good job, Reigns. Look, to be fair, I don't hate Reigns himself. They give him no good material to work with, so he's not gonna really succeed in this role. I mean, yeah, he's getting some pops, and women and kids love him. Great, it's the Cena effect. Some intelligent fans actually boo him. Kidding. There are plenty of Reigns fans that watch my show. You're all cool people. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching. Decent opening segment, and then you had Bray versus Reigns, which was fine. It was a fine match, well worked. These guys always had good matches together. All the way back 2015, they had great matches together. I will say that, even though Bray should have won more often, Bray held his own. Bray looked pretty strong, and then, of course, Superman punch, ad nauseum. Spear finally, 1, 2, 3, took one spear. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I love Bray, but it's like, this isn't gonna help. Now, Reigns won. I expect that. I expect Reigns to move into a program with The Miz for the IC title very soon. I just have a feeling they're going to go with the rumor of him being IC champion for 8 months, heading into Mania to face Lesnar for the Universal Championship, and then have Reigns be a dual champion, and then maybe give up the IC title. Still, it was a good match, but I don't like what they're doing with Bray. Because they were doomed either way. Now, mind you, Reigns could take a loss, but there was no way that if Bray won, he was going to win clean. Good match. Would have preferred Bray winning, but we knew he wasn't going to. Enzo and Cass, we know who attacked him. They could end up winding up just having it be the Revival. I think it should be Big Cass that's rumored to have attacked Enzo. I think it should be Big Cass that's the one. But who knows if it's going to be? Who knows where they're going to go with it? WWE trolling the whole This Is Your Life thing and the feedback on that with Kurt Angle telling Alexa Bliss that the This Is Your Life segment was one of the worst segments in Raw history. And it was, and they were right. At least WWE is recognizing that it's one of the worst segments that they've done in a good long while. That's not Alexa's fault. That's not Bayley's fault. That was just the writer's fault and anybody that greenlit it, a.k.a. Vince. Still, that was at least nice that they, trolled themselves, or, that they made fun of themselves there. It was, This Is Your Life thing was absolute crap. And then you have Elias Samson, and Ambrose. Looks like they're going to get a feud going. I like that idea. I mean, Ambrose will probably end up winning, unless Elias wins at Great Balls of Fire by, say, DQ or countout. Ambrose will end up winning that, but this could benefit Elias, who is good in the ring. He's not so great, talking. His character isn't so great, but it could benefit him in the long run. Who knows? Joe hypes up his match with Lesnar and chokes out Heyman. That's good stuff. You have Joe talking privately and not so privately to Heyman, telling him everything he's going to do, and then he chokes him out, delivering a message to Brock. Later in the show, you had Heyman talk to Brock. On the phone. Of course, it's all in capital letters, because how else is Heyman going to do that? It was good. I'm hyped for Lesnar and Joe. They've managed to... I like the idea of the dream match before, when it was just a dream match, even all the way back when Joe first signed and showed up in NXT in May 2015. I've been excited about the prospect of a Joe versus Lesnar match. I think that if booked right, Joe doesn't have to win, because he's not going to win, unless they want to suddenly just have Joe be champion for like a month or two, and then Lesnar win it back. Joe's going to have a good showing, but Joe will end up losing to Lesnar because that's what's going to happen. Vince is just going to keep feeding guys to him until he feeds Lesnar to the wrong guy, aka Reigns. But still, I like the whole thing with Joe and Heyman. Made Joe seem like a dominant big man, and a guy who's going to be take no prisoners and beat everybody up, and I'm all for that. I like Samoa Joe. I have for a number of years. Guy was great. Before I was able to see some of his stuff in Ring of Honor before he went to Impact Wrestling. Some of it, but I really became a fan of his when he went to TNA in 2005. Been a fan of his ever since. So happy for him. Guys are a success. So still, liked it so far. Then everything came to a screeching halt when Sheamus and Cesaro, Sheamus and Cesaro beat up Slater and Rhino in about 2 minutes. Squash. Whatever, Slater and Rhino don't really mean anything. Sheamus and Cesaro, they went and they cut a decent promo afterwards. Possible that the Hardys may get a rematch on Raw coming up, or maybe even a Great Balls of Fire, though I would like another team to get a shot. Maybe have a team, I don't know who you could have actually face them. But you got to have somebody else face them. There is no reason for the Hardys to get yet another shot on pay-per-view. I don't think you need to extend this feud that far. TJP versus Mustafa Ali. It was good for what it was, but you need to stop changing the purple ropes. You want to change the apron, fine. Stop changing it to the purple ropes. Keep the purple ropes on 205 Live if you want. And put 205 Live before SmackDown. That's what they really need to do. TJP and Ali can work a lot better when they're given more time. This wasn't exactly the best use of them, so And then Neville attacks TJP because of course he is. And TJP will get his rematch or his, match for the Cruiserweight title on 205 Live tomorrow. Cool. Okay, fine. More Goldust vignettes and more R-Truth vignettes. Now look, I don't mind the story being told in vignettes, but the Goldust ones are buried in R-Truth. Goldust has to win this feud. There's no reason for Truth to win it. Give Goldust one last run into Mania 34. Have him win the IC title again at some point. Or, I don't know. You can't really give him a tag team title run, but just have him win the IC title at least one more time. Maybe. I doubt they would even go that route, but Goldust deserves one last little run. No offense against Truth, but there's more money in Goldust for all the years he's given in the business. Still, Truth, to his credit, is not bad in the ring. Then Alexa, of course, saying, to Dana, talking to the women backstage. Dana, Sasha just walks off, but Dana and Mickey. Alexa says to Dana, you've improved so much. Alexa, what drugs are you on? Seriously, what improvement has Dana made? The only improvement she's made is she's tanned a whole bunch, and she looks like she's got a crispy outer shell. I don't mind Dana as a person. I don't know Dana as a person. She hasn't improved in the ring. She hasn't improved on the mic. She looks confused as hell whenever she's backstage, especially when she's out in the ring. I think they brought her up way too soon. They probably brought her to NXT TV too soon. Because she just has floundered since. Asuka managed to get a good match out of her at one point, but that seemed like ages ago. Dana needs a lot more seasoning. Mickey then, we're gonna be out there to watch you and Nia Jax, in a match. Because Alexa was gonna face Nia because Alexa said she was done with Bayley. And where was Bayley? Nursing an injury. Hopefully she has not been wellnessed. I don't think so, though. I think WWE would have announced that. Because they would have had to. As a publicly traded company, they would have to announce it. Kalisto versus Titus. I don't care about this. Kalisto wins. Okay. What? You're going to have Kalisto and Tozawa possibly team up against Cruz and Titus? This doesn't seem to be benefiting Cruz at all. Unless Cruz... And if Cruz turns on Titus, so what? Who's going to care? I'm not going to care. Are you going to care? I don't care about Kalisto, even though the guy's talented. So's Cruz. Plenty of talent here. Not so much Titus, so he's not a bad mouthpiece. This feud's not doing anything for me. I don't need to see Titus in the ring anymore. He's almost 40, and that's not even that's old, but he wasn't all that good in the ring anyway. Make him a manager and just have Cruz wrestle. But unless this ends up with Cruz turning and going on a decent run, and having possibly contender matches, maybe not winning, but at least building himself up, there's no point to this. Cole, of course, saying words like crunk and lit. Vintage Cole, you dumbass cracker. And yeah, I'm going to say that because I'm a white guy. Cass was attacked. Could this be a swerve? Well, Cass wasn't exactly hurt later on, he had like, you know, tattooed plastic wrap, like he got some, you know, invisible tattoo or something like that. It was ridiculous. I mean, like, it didn't even look like he had an ice pack much on his arm. But anyway, championship celebration. Ambrose wasn't the bear. Miz attacked the bear that was holding up the congratulations sign. And you had all the golden balloons, the golden shower balloons that are Donald Trump approved. That felt good to say. Miz then attacked this present that turned out to be, you know, a clock from Maurice. Oh, you destroyed it. I got the clock for you because you're timeless. Maurice got upset and left. And then, of course, the most obvious it should have been is that Ambrose was the cameraman. Ambrose attacks Miz. It probably will lead to an IC title rematch next week, maybe the week after. I think Miz and Reigns will enter a program very, very soon for the IC title. If not by Great Balls of Fire, definitely by SummerSlam, because I don't see Miz holding the title for very long. I mean, as good as Miz is with the IC title, I almost feel like they're just going to feed him the reins. That's just how I feel. So, Miz did call out the fans, though, at one point for saying, you know, saying you deserve it might actually mean something if you didn't say it to every single superstar. That was great. I enjoyed that. Enzo and Big Show. That was disappointing. I was hoping it would be Balor, and then Balor would turn on Enzo, and then it would be Balor, Gallows, and Anderson forming the club. That didn't happen. Big Show, I was waiting for Big Show to knock out Enzo. He didn't. Enzo and Big Show won. Gallows and Anderson get buried. Not all that good. Show, Cass, and Enzo backstage. That was odd because Cass didn't really look like he was all that hurt. Like 20 minutes before, he's hurt, and then all of a sudden, he's back. I mean, like, really? Like, he's suddenly fine. Like, you couldn't have delayed the match 20 minutes and whatever. I believe it's going to be Cass's reveal to attack Enzo. And then Bliss versus Nia ended in DQ awfully quick because Alexa attacked Dana and Mickey at ringside, and then they attacked her, so DQ. Nia will probably get another title shot at Great Balls of Fire, which I'm all for. I'm not saying Nia's ready, but hey, you know, you need new challengers. Have Bayley in a feud with, I don't know, Alicia Fox or something like that. Or have her team with Sasha versus Alicia Fox and somebody. No, Dana's a face. I don't know, against somebody. Rollins versus Joe. It was fine. It was a match we'd seen before. The problem is we've seen it a lot. Joe did get the win, but Bray had to, you know, do all the... And then Joe gets Rollins to tap out. I didn't care for that. I didn't care for that because Joe should have gotten a clean win. There was no need, there was no need for any shenanigans or stuff like that. Rollins can take a loss. Joe, if he's your number one contender, and he is, you need to make him look strong, and they didn't. Raw, for a while, went by fast, but like I said, they hit a wall and it never really recovered. I'm going to say it's D+. D+ because this, besides Joe choking out Heyman, I don't remember anything really of note that's going to stick with me from this Raw that was good. I'm excited for Joe versus Lesnar. Maybe a couple of the other matches in Great Balls of Fire, I hate that name, will be good, but who knows. Anyway, that's what I gotta say. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Twitter link is, of course, in the description. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.